Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for watching Brenspeed TV. Hey, I'm Brent. Today it's an 07 GT500. Something a little different. I know most of my videos are in the dyno cell, but we're in the shop today. The dyno's busy. This car already laid down over 700 real horsepower. Don't worry, we are going to watch that dyno pull. But I thought it'd be cool to bring it in, check out the engine compartment as always, and then we're going to lift the car up and look underneath on some other cool mods we did to this. So hey, if you haven't, please subscribe and notify us up to date. Let's go check it out. All right, what is under the hood of the sweet GT500? We are going to look. And don't forget, when I go down, like always, we're going to check it out. I'll put a link in the description. You can read about everything we're talking about right now, as well as email quote@brenspeed.com and say, hey, what's that cost to get installed? But the 07 GT500, we're upgraded. This is awesome. We have the Whipple 3-liter superchargers, the Gen 5 with the big 132 throttle body. We have the JLT air induction system on it. This is already on the car when it came in. So if you already have a JLT on your stock supercharger and you're going to get like a Whipple upgrade, you can continue to use that. We installed, stainless works long tube headers, low peak camshafts. Don't worry, you can look in the description and see exactly what cams we have in this car right here. But the long tubes, the blower, the cold air intake. We did a big, you can't see it right now, maybe one underneath, AFCO dual fan heat exchanger, 1050X injectors, and a boosted pump. We are not running 85 today. So we lay down over 700 on 93 octane with a little bit of boosting. All right. So we have a little bit of fuel added to get maybe about 100 octane on this, but it's a sweet setup. What I'm going to do right now, before we watch that dyno pull, we're going to bring it up in the air, show you some sweet suspension, show you the exhaust, tell you a couple other things we do to these typically when we build them. Doesn't have to be a GT500, maybe your normal GT. A lot of these cars get a lot of the same thing. I'll bring it up right now. Let's look underneath. Okay, I thought this would be fun today before we go in the dyno cell, talk about a little bit underneath the car. I know it's going to be a little bit hard to see, but we do the McLeod twin disc. Almost every Mustang in here getting a clutch, we go with the twin disc because you get incredible grip, they handle incredible power and torque, but you have a very light pedal. So, back in the day, the old muscle car days used the single disc. You get the really strong single disc. It's really hard to press the clutch in. I don't like that. Most of our clients don't like that. That's why we pretty much exclusively use the McLeod twin disc. And that's what we installed in this right here. We have stainless works long tube headers, of course, with cats. If you have other years of Mustangs, we typically have, headers in stock. So whether you have a 3-valve or a GT350 or an S550, typically we have some brand or model of long tube header in stock for you. We did install BMR subframe connectors, of course. We have a convertible going on right now. These will help strengthen up the car as well. Subframe connectors are really popular. I'm going to work my way back, Doug. Just go over a couple of the rear components that you can see. Some are hard, but we did do the BMR lower control arms. Maybe it's easier for you to see over here. We have the BMR lower control arms. Polyurethane on the front, spherical on the back, extremely strong. Lower control arm relocation brackets. And we have an upper control arm that you really can't see. We did build the rear end, so we have improved axles, diff 373s, diff cover, welded the axle tubes. That's an awesome setup right here. This is called a BMR Watts link, if you can see it. So on drag cars, we normally use what we call a BMR anti-roll bar, but on a car that spends most of its life, on the road, curves, handling, the Watts link's an awesome way to help keep the rear end centered. It's a super sweet setup for handling, and this has some MagnaFlow mufflers on it right here. But that's just a quick, brief view of what's going on underneath this car. So all these cars, you always watch me do the dyno videos. I mean, most of them are getting something, whether it's underneath, maybe some just simple as lower control arms, a lot of clutches. I don't talk about that a whole lot. It's just a little something extra to show you because we have the car up on the lift. The dyno was taken. But one cool thing on this car right here, laying on over 700 real horsepower. So many of these cars come in, we build running stock tires, Mickey Thompson drag radials on this right here. You gotta love it, because when you start making big power, you wanna put that power down to the ground. This is a good way to do it. But enough of looking around underneath here. Check out this dyno pull. All right, awesome. We're gonna check out the numbers, but Doug, right here, the reason we couldn't film here today, I mean, this is kind of like this every day, multiple cars in and out, but awesome, like 21 GT, big Gen 5 Whipple, E85, return style fuel system, headers, everything, ready to lay on some big power. I will do, of course, a video on this car, but Doug, come over here. Check out the dyno graph from the GT500. I mean, I love it. So Dynojet, SAE 93 with some boostane. It's really like 100, or I should say 100 octane, 738 raw horsepower, peaking at 6,400 RPM. Torques, love it, 643, peaking at 5,100 RPM. And, you know, 3,000 RPM right here, Doug. Check that out. That's 550 rear wheel torque. We're over 500 at 2,500 RPM. That's a killer setup. So, another sweet GT500 for you to check out. Hope you enjoyed it. A little something different today. I will put a link, if you have a GT500, to our GT500 playlist at the end of this. You just click on it. You can watch a bunch of other 500 videos. Something as simple as pulley and tune to big blowers, big builds. Hey, I'm Brent. Leave a question you have comments. And again, if you have other year Mustang, F-150, whatever, email quote@brenspeed.com. What's it cost to get built? Search our channel. I have tons of videos on a lot of different things. I appreciate it. Most of the items you see, we can ship to your door. So check out brenspeed.com. Thanks for watching.